Hey guys, how you doing? So, about half a year ago, I released a single called Take Me Home, and it was a lot more successful than I would have ever hoped, to be completely honest. At this point in time, I think we're over around 54,000 streams on Spotify alone, which is huge considering that that was my first Spotify release and I have no records, no previous following, and the algorithm just kind of caught up on it and it blew up. So today I want to kind of take you into the project of that song and kind of break it down so you get an idea of how it's built up, what makes the song sound the way it sounds, and yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so the most iconic part about this entire song is probably the acapella. Okay, so the acapella is the same kind of sound, just recorded 6 times to give it some proper width. I've panned it left and right, not on the tracks themselves, but these are actually stereo files, so those have already been panned. And then yeah, if we just listen to that all on its own, voila. Nice and wide. So on there I've got a chain of, you know, EQ, saturation. This is just the default kind of chain that I use on almost all of my vocals. Depending on the song, I'll then tweak the, you know, the reverb, the echo. Depending on the microphone that I use, I might go into the EQ. Then the actual vocals. Let's open.
Baby, I don't know, because I've seen it all before.
So on there we've got that same chain, nothing crazy here. But then if we go into the chorus, this is where everything picks up and, you know, gets nice and wide and loud. You can see here that I've actually split the duplicate vocals to the left and the right, and I've also got a high vocal. So I think they're all singing the same.
Take me home.
Yeah, okay, there we go. So take me home, whoa. So the main vocal is this guy over here.
Take me home, whoa.
But then with everything layered, it sounds nice and wide as well.
Take me home, whoa.
So it's really not rocket science here. Then one of the most important instruments in the song is the acoustic guitar. This is basically the same, just playing throughout the entire song. So in the chorus we've got some strumming going on, but the chords are pretty much the same. There we go. So also here, I've recorded this song twice with the guitar, one left, one right. Yeah, that just gives it a bit more width. In the chorus, I've added some strumming. I've also got an electric guitar. Actually got 2 electric guitars. One is playing the high notes on the e-guitar with a lot of reverb. The other one is playing the chords on the e-guitar with a lot of reverb. And then with the acoustic guitar in the background, that sounds nice and wide. Alright, then we've actually got 2 pianos. Let's see what they play. Alright, kind of mimicking the electric guitar. And then the same there. So these 2 pianos, one of them is kind of an electric piano, the other one is more of an acoustic piano. The electric has a lot of reverb, the acoustic hardly has any. Then I think we've got a bass guitar. I don't actually own a bass guitar, so what I typically do here is actually just play the e-guitar, and then I transpose that track by 12 tones. So if we're lucky, okay, no, so this has already been flattened, but typically I just take it, I then set the guitar track to -12, and then I'll make sure to then add a bass amplifier in the track. So in this case, it's already been flattened, but typically what I like to use is the guitar rig from Native Instruments. And then inside of here, you can then choose which amplifier and, you know, all that kind of stuff you want. I go into bass, and then I'll probably use something like the wide stereo bass. This one's pretty good. But yeah, that is the sound which we can hear. It's not a perfect, you know, electric bass, but it's not. It's an, you know, electric guitar just turned down. but in the mix you can't really hear it out that much, especially because I've got this thing. I've called it the flying bass. My naming conventions are not usual. So this is, I don't know what it is, but it sounds like, you know, some kind of woodwind thing. So yeah, all of that together, all of the instruments, boom. Then we add the acapella. There we go. Then we add the rest of the vocals. And then finally the drums. It's really, really simple. I've just got a snare, which is actually 2 different tones. And then the other one. Alright, one's a lot deeper for that thud, and the other one's pretty high pitched, but they play exactly the same. Then we've got the kick, which is really, you know, wide and thick. And then I've got the hi-hat, which is actually playing an offbeat. That just gives it that kind of swing, which I really liked. I did initially have it on the beat, but that, yeah, didn't give it that drive that I wanted. And this really does. And the drums really don't get more complicated. Right before the chorus, I've got a few more snares in there. I mean, I'm not a drummer, right? And you can probably tell as a drummer when listening to this that this wasn't a proper drummer, but as like a normal, you know, person, I suppose it's fine. Yeah. And that's pretty much the entire song. So there's one more thing that I've added, which is the bridge. And here I've just added some more vocals, and then the same instruments of the rest of the song I just incrementally added. So first we've got the kick, then we've got the hi-hat slowly coming in, then the snare comes in, and then everything explodes back into the chorus. So in regards to the instruments here, also they're slowly, gradually having more and more instruments come in, starting off with this thing. Yeah. It's like bells. Very subtle, but gives it a nice vibe, in addition to the e-guitar.
Anymore, it's the end of the end. All the people were here.
And then it starts, yeah, picking up basically.
So now I'm here like before, I'm chained to the floor.
Then it picks up even more.
Now I want to be free, take care over me.
You know, the acoustic guitar comes in, the snare starts slamming. Then we've got even more instruments coming in with the bass. The vocals also start getting louder. Everything just starts picking up. And then it just, you know, goes to town right before the chorus. Here we go. Nice. And then right at the last chorus, I've then added another vocal on top, just to give it, you know, a bit more oomph. Take me home, take me home. Whoa. Yeah, just kind of finalizing the whole thing. There we go. That's this track. Whoa. And now here we go. Yeah, and that is pretty much the whole song. Nothing crazy, just simple stuff added on top of one another to build a nice full song. So, I don't know if that helped you. If not, I mean, at least it's a bit of an insight. So thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions, post those right below this video and I'll do my best to answer them. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.